Galal Yafai safely through to the quarterfinals, dispatching the Cameroonian. Next up in the ring, the men's 75 kilogram division. Northern Ireland's Stephen Donnelly was the bronze medalist 4 years ago in Glasgow. He's up against Welsh champ Kyran Jones. Let's get back to Richie Woodall and Ronald McIntosh.
This contest is in the 75 kilogram middleweight division, and the boxer wearing red, who has just helped himself to a big right hand to begin this contest, is a man making his third appearance at the Commonwealth Games, and that is Stephen Donnelly. Bronze medalist down at 69 kilograms from Glasgow 2014. He's moved up a weight division, competing here in the 75 kilogram weight class, and he's just helped himself to another looping right hand. The boxer wearing blue, who's looking to find his range, is Kyran Jones, 20 years of age, part of a 7-strong Welsh boxing team made up of 3 women and 4 men. He's competing in his first Commonwealth Games tournament here.
Talented boxer is Donnelly. I think this Northern Irishman, he can box as orthodox or southpaw. And he's caught Jones with a couple of good shots when he's been orthodox, like that right hand there. He whips it in again. So they've done their homework here at the Northern Irish camp. But also he can box very well as an as a southpaw boxer. But he's landing some big punches. Is Donnelly finding his range and accuracy very well.
Going to both body and head. Kyran Jones getting himself back to the space of the ring and trying to establish his southpaw right jab, but the right hand from Donnelly upstairs proving to be a really effective shot. Before going downstairs with a 2-shot salvo to the body, Jones responds with an attack of his own. What a first half of the opening round we've had here. Stephen Donnelly came out blazing straight away, and that has established the tempo for this contest. Neither man having to go looking for their opponent.
I think Jones here has probably got to concentrate, Ronald, on keeping the punches nice and straight. Donnelly whips these shots around the corners. He's boxing as a southpaw now, but when he switches to orthodox, he slips to his left, then throws that right hand, and it's a looping shot, and it's finding the target. So Jones, for me, has got to keep his punches straight and try and maintain that gap between himself and Donnelly.
Jones has had some success to the body during the course of this opening round as well. Now boxing with a low-held right hand to shoot that jab from the waist. Cracking left hand out of that port-sided stance from Donnelly. Now employing some head movement just to present a dynamic target in front of Jones, and then brought a right uppercut through the middle. Good right hand to the body ended that 3-shot combination from Jones. Oh, cracking counter 1-2. Made Donnelly miss, then finished with a southpaw jab, left cross. Action-packed round. The tempo set from Stephen Donnelly, and he barely dropped for the entire 3 minutes. John Conlon, the man inside the ropes, giving the instructions to Donnelly in the red corner.
I think a classic case, wasn't it, of getting the tactics spot on from Donnelly in the first 30 or 40 seconds. Starting the contest very quick indeed, hitting the target. But targeting that right hand, it's a looping shot. And then when he's switching then to southpaw, he's also done very well as well. So Donnelly, for me, has been accurate. He started quickly, but more importantly, he's got the tactics spot on, and I think he won that first round. John Conlon in that corner, he'll be pleased with that performance from his boxer.
So into the second round then, both men out to the center of the boxing ring to begin this second stanza. First round boxed at a high tempo between these two. Jones trying to get onto the front foot and establish that long straight right jab. Donnelly alert, patient, on the back foot and looking to pick his punches as well.
I think we've seen a glimpse of Jones's better work towards the end of the round, didn't we? The first round. Started to box very well with that 1-2 combination, and he found the target a couple of times, but he probably has to bring the left uppercut into play here. If you look at Donnelly, the way he's coming forward, he keeps his head very low and he's whipping the shots over the top, and so he's certainly open to a left uppercut, but Jones can't quite find that shot yet. And that's another good left up from Donnelly.
Catching Jones high around the temple area on the side of the head. Those kind of shots can affect the balance of a boxer. Jones has shown a good right hook to the body. Fighters working away on the inside. Referee again giving them the opportunity to do so, and they're taking advantage. There's a right hand to the body again from Jones, but Donnelly countering immediately. Jones has been part of the Welsh boxing setup since the age of 12. That southpaw left wasn't too far away, and that one was right on the button, but then he takes a swift single from Donnelly. Terrific exchange.
Again, though, you see Jones doing his better work for me at range. Straight 1-2s, keeping the punches straight, hitting the target, better work. But if you allow Donnelly up close, then he whips these shots around the corners. It's a great contest, this. Both talented boxers. But Donnelly, he's quite confident, isn't he, to switch from orthodox to southpaw, and he's been successful in both stances. But Jones is starting to come back here and there now in this contest.
Just long with the attempted southpaw left was Jones. First stepped into a gym at the age of 6, started boxing at age 10. As mentioned, been part of the Welsh setup since before he was a teenager. 8 national titles, and took a British title as a schoolboy back in 2012. Good right jab from Jones, but cracking left hand from Donnelly, and the same shot once again, but then he takes the right jab in response from the man in blue.
Both boxers have put a lot of work into this one. Donnelly just starting to lower his hands a little bit too much here and there, and that's allowed Jones to come back with shots, but he's ending the round strong again. A good tactic, that last 10 seconds. Great contest, this one.
Colin Jones sprinting up the steps to go and issue instructions to Kyran Jones in that blue corner.
The Northern Irish corner there, just encouraging their man to keep slipping the shots. He's done very well at avoiding punches up to now, as Donnelly. But Jones had a better round, most certainly. Landed some good shots, very competitive. Donnelly keeps switching from orthodox to southpaw. But Jones at times found some work better at range. But that was a close round, and that last 10 seconds, both went for it, trying to impress the judges.
Into the third and final round then of what has been a pulsating middleweight contest so far. Stephen Donnelly, Commonwealth Games bronze medalist from down at 69 kilograms 4 years ago in Glasgow, contesting his 3rd Commonwealth Games here. He said that his experience can take him all the way to the top of the podium on this occasion, and he's used his experience very well indeed here against a man competing in his 1st Commonwealth Games. Donnelly starting this round on the back foot, his back skimming the ropes, but he's cracked by a wonderful southpaw left from Jones, and increasingly is Donnelly spending too much time on the ropes, and that's bringing Jones increasingly into this contest, who scored with a southpaw left once again.
I think that the contest is affecting Donnelly probably a little bit more now. He's feeling the pace a little bit. But having said that, I think there's a sense of urgency probably from Jones. He probably feels he's just behind in this one, and so he's got to step on the gas a little bit. And now he's starting to find the target with those straight punches. I've always thought that in this contest he's doing the better work at distance. But to catch Donnelly clean is very difficult. He's slippery. And if you miss the target, he comes back with looping shots.
Donnelly still boxing effectively on the back foot. Jones incessantly in pursuit of his man and targeting the body. Donnelly increasingly becoming static now on the ropes, trying to hold on. Jones was working away and continues to do so. Good variety from the man in blue. Shots upstairs and downstairs. Donnelly now stands his ground and is trying to force Jones backwards. Wonderful action beyond the midpoint of this final round.
Both boxers now having to dig deep. Coming down to who wants it the most now. They've both displayed a lot of skill in this contest, but now it's on raw aggression. Who wants it the most? Those untrainable qualities that you need to be a champion.
Inside the final minute, and Jones just helping himself to a shot on the break. That's against the rules. But then back into the breach step, both boxers once again. Terrific action. Good corkscrew left from Donnelly with his back on the strands. Now tying up Jones, but Jones working away with the left hand. Jones desperate to extricate himself from that clinch and get back to work inside the final half minute. Donnelly comes forward with an effective burst of punches. Good left hand over the top from Jones. All action stuff as both men burrowing away to the body.
Terrific little left uppercut on the inside there from Jones, and Donnelly replies with his own lead right uppercut, right to the very last bell. This one's going all the way. Tremendous stuff, Ronald.
What a terrific contest we have just witnessed in the 75-kilogram middleweight division. Pat of respect from John Connolly in the direction of Kyran Jones. That was reciprocated over in the Welsh corner, who congratulated Stephen Donnelly on his part in what was an absolutely terrific bout. Both men giving absolutely everything. High skill, high tempo, plenty of aggressive intent, wonderful punch picking, good defensive qualities from both, and absolutely fantastic 3-3-minute rounds of boxing.
Good display from both boxers. Jones really went for it here, but Donnelly, like I said, very slippery indeed, and he's still punching back, moving his head, both hitting the target. Yeah, it was a quality contest, a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, time for the official decision.
Thank you, Stephen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a split decision. And the winner, and moving on to the next round, from the red corner,
it's Donnelly. Northern Ireland Stephen Donnelly is all smiles, having prevailed courtesy of a split decision over Kyran Jones from Wales. But this young man deserves immense credit. Jones in his first Commonwealth Games gave it absolutely everything, and as you can see from the scorecards, made it a real argument against the bronze medalist from the welterweight division 4 years ago. And that could well be the toughest opponent that Stephen Donnelly faces in this preliminary stage of the tournament, and he has prevailed, getting Kyran Jones out of the way. Kyran Jones, well, I'm sure we'll see him in elite international competition once again. He deserves kudos for playing his part in a wonderful bout, but it's Stephen Donnelly of Northern Ireland who progresses.
You know what, Ronald, I think it's probably the start of the contest has won it for Donnelly. You know, it was a close one, but overall I think the judges got it right there. I thought he just did enough to win the contest, but it was his opening round, that first minute especially, he started very well indeed. The tactics were spot on, and then after that it's nip and tuck, it really is. Both boxers have given their all, good display from both of them, but he's just got over the line. But I think it's that quick start that probably was the difference. But a quality contest, and it's just look at the draw, isn't it? It's such a shame that they've drawn each other in the opening contest, because that was a belter.
A tough fight, but Northern Ireland Stephen Donnelly gets the win in his quest to go one bout further than last time round. Now let's turn our attention to